Most Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Rajan Saxena, the President of today's function, the Chief Auditor of today's function, Madam Vanitha Narayanan, the Distinguished Director of NAC, Professor Roy, my esteemed colleagues, Professor Mani and Professor Karnakar, respected Registrar of NMIMS, Madam Varna Saxena, Mr. Ganesh, respected faculty colleagues, visiting and adjunct, and the proud parents, students and the graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. My heart is filled with immeasurable joy, indescribable happiness and supreme ananda to administer the prayer which I wrote almost 40 years before. When I was listening to Madam's speech, she actually summarized whatever was contained in our Vedas, Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. I can quote word by word whatever message you are giving. So the concept of convergence is very, very relevant today. Professor Mani said the concept of convocation came into being around 13th century. As a matter of fact, I must correct the perception. Even during the Vedic period, 10,000 years ago, we have that tradition of conducting a convocation at the end of the studies. In every Upanishad, you have a chapter known as Sishyanu Vachanam. They used to invite a very learned Rishi, and then when the studies are over, the Rishi will give the pieces of advice when you are gently pushed into the world so that you are able to fly high. And this tradition has been there in this country for the last 10,000 years. Matardeva Bhava, Pitardeva Bhava, you must have heard about it. And in the that's actually a convocation speech from the Taittiriya Upanishad. And then it says Swadhyaya Pramaditavyam, which means you continue to be a lifelong self-learner. Swadhyaya means you must be a self-learner. You lifelong you learn. All of you got good employment, but that's only the first step. If you want to be employable throughout your life, you must continue to learn throughout your life. Lifelong self-learning is important. That's the message that our Upanishad have given through the Rishis. This is a very momentous occasion, joyous occasion, not only for you, for us also in the institute. And whenever you face success, you must experience three feelings. That's what our scriptures say. One is the feeling of joy. I'm sure you're all experiencing that feeling of joy. Your parents are experiencing a feeling of joy. The other two experiences that you must experience is sense of gratitude and a feeling of humility. These three things you must have. Why you must have a sense of gratitude? As Madam very rightly said, your parents have made lots of sacrifices in giving you this quality education. You must have taken enormous efforts, to write your tests, examinations, quizzes. Some of you must have taken extra efforts to write a supplementary examination, re-examination. Must have put some more strain on the faculty and the examination section. And your own classmates have helped you in learning. There is a old saying in Sanskrit, Acharyat Padam Adarte Padam Sishya Sumedeya Padam Sahabrahmacharibhya Padam Kalakramenacha. 1/4 of the knowledge you learn from your teacher. Remaining 1/4 of the knowledge you learn by your own effort. Sumedeya, by your own effort. The third 25% of the knowledge you pick up from your classmates, Sahabrahmacharibhya. The last 25% you will learn by passage of time. So even though you have got all the gold medals and distinctions, you take it from me, only 10 years down the line you will realize the importance of whatever knowledge you have given to you today. By passage of time, when you face life, you will be able to learn that. Therefore, all these people have played a pivotal role in your moment of success today. The university, they have provided state-of-the-art facilities in the campus. The academic board has designed the curriculum. Your faculty, the non-teaching staff, exam section, placement, they have all made enormous efforts to make this happen today. Therefore, we must have a sense of gratitude to all of them. there must be a sense of humility also. Don't think you are the people who are the brightest in this country. Probably 1% of the population can afford the luxury of getting into a management education in a good school and get this diploma or a degree. There may be so many intelligent students who are in the remote villages who don't get an opportunity to go to a school or a college or university and get this knowledge. Therefore, you must have a sense of humility. Madam touched upon that. Sense of humility. Don't be arrogant any time in your life. I mean, God has been so kind that you are able to get this degree from a good school on this pleasant evening. But there may be so many intelligent students who don't get that kind of an opportunity. Therefore, you must have a sense of humility also on this occasion. Now, this message will make you realize that if you want to succeed, it's not only your own efforts, it is also because of the efforts of everyone in the society. You may feel free, you may feel independent. Take it from me, my dear friends, all of us are dependent on others for our success. Therefore, what you should do is, you cannot stand on your own legs throughout your life. At some point in time, you will feel tired, you will feel fatigued. You will have to lean on a pillar to relax and to regenerate yourselves. What is the first pillar on which you lean? The family pillar. That is the first pillar on which you lean. The second pillar is the organization pillar. Wherever you work in that organization, that is the second pillar on which you will be able to lean. The third pillar is the society pillar. Therefore, it is your responsibility to make sure that the foundations of these three pillars are strengthened. But what happens most of the time, you youngsters keep on digging the foundations of the family pillar, keep on digging the foundations of the organization pillar, keep on digging the foundations of the society pillar. If you make all these pillars weak, when you lean on that pillar will collapse, you will not get a support. Therefore, to whichever organization you work, make sure that the foundations of that organization are made strong. It's a great opportunity that you are enjoying today. Got a good education, got a good job, but you have a responsibility. And that responsibility comes by discharging your duties with the best of your abilities. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Whatever work you do, do it with perfection. Perfection is an ideal. You keep on chasing that perfection, you will reach excellence. But if you are tolerating mediocrity, you will never grow in life. Always look at the stars. That's what our former President Abdul Kalam always used to say. Look at the stars, you will land on the moon. If you trying to look at the moon, you will go to the second floor of this building. Always look at distant stars. You will be able to reach there, right? So, your responsibility from today onwards is to strengthen all these pillars. That's your responsibility. And therefore, I wrote this prayer almost 38 years before. I think it's relevant even today. Based on all these concepts, I wrote this prayer. I request all the graduating students to kindly stand up. I will read, you repeat it, then I. Oh God, we ask your blessings on this gathering, assembled here this evening, with feelings of joy and thankfulness for the successful completion of our study and the recognition awarded to us by NMIMS University in the form of diploma, in remembrance also, in the spirit of gratitude of the happy and fruitful days we have spent in the Bangalore campus and the Hyderabad campus of NMIMS University, growing in knowledge, wisdom and experience. We thank you today for the teachers you have given us, the friends and companions whose love and good example have strengthened and enabled us, for all those who have helped us during our years of preparation for this hour of fulfillment. We beg of you to give us a realization of what we have received in this home of learning, so that we can show it in fruitful service of our brothers and sisters, in the moral uprightness of our daily lives, in the courage of conviction, help us to face the future with the readiness to accept all that it will bring us without faltering in confidence in your paternal love and care. Grant that we may welcome joy and success with humility, failure and sorrow with indomitable courage. O God, bless this hour of our fellowship. May we live in the spirit of it all the days of our lives. Congratulations, all the best.